Welcome back. I'm Cory and this is my channel Get Sharp, where I sharpen your knives, the people of Mukilteo and Everett's knives, and now knives from abroad. We got our first mail order and this is the last of them. This is the customer from Bellingham. This is his 8-inch Lamson Santoku Cleaver. Really cool knife for chopping up your veggies, scooping them up with the knife. You don't need an extra utensil. Drop them in the saute pan, the plate, whatever. Super easy. So what we're gonna do here, this one came in with a 13-degree edge on the left side and 21 degrees on the right. Probably either a honing rod or a broken countertop, chef's choice electric sharpener that's gone bad. So anyhow, just graded and trued up this stone a little bit. It's nice and flat, because when we're done with this, we're gonna take care of our new Asher M390. Gonna go test out a 12-degree edge on this thing. That'll be fun. Won't be fun to sharpen, but it'll be fun once it is sharp. And I need to dump out the water real quick, so I'll be right back. Well, it looks like we took off a little bit of sediment. Last time I graded the stone here. That's how it goes. Can't keep it forever. Would be nice to have a sink and faucet in here. Guess you can't really pour this shit down the sink anyhow, but that's about it for the water. Time to refill. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This particular knife is too large for the knife angle setter. So I just jump online and there's a couple apps or programs, calculators I can use to get a distance from here to the top of the casing on the Tormek. This knife's got kind of a nice little, the belly's right in the center. So my goal is to maintain that form. So I went ahead and put my jig right in the center of the blade. I'm gonna just try to do equal time on every piece of the edge. Kind of hard to get pressure from this angle. I might have to try to use my hand a little bit here. My left hand, that is. Yeah, that feels better. It was feeling good down here, but on the tip, it wasn't feeling right to me. Then when I go to set my bevel, I'm just gonna let the weight of the knife do that. So already starting to see lots of little pieces of steel stick to this. This angle's a bit steeper than what was on here before. So without trying, this might end up having a double bevel just off my first grind. Looks like it was actually at a much lower angle. Well, we saw the numbers, 13 on one side. And yep, that looks about right. It was very lopsided. I don't see any point in grinding more steel than I need, so we'll see if I end up completely removing the old bevel or not. Wearing my work shirt because we're doing laundry right now, and I literally have no weekend wear available at the moment. So, yeah, that's not really making sense to me. Per my write-up here, the left side was coming in at 13 degrees, the right side was at 21. But then again, I could only measure the tip of the blade because it was so big. But what I'm getting at, so the side of the blade facing me is the the 13 side. Oh, okay, now it's making sense. I just had them backwards. And what I'm trying to say, there's only one bevel on this side right now. I've done what, 3 to 4 passes? There's only one bevel. This side, I can still see the old bevel and what I've been doing. And that's because the old one was super low angle and mine's steeper. So I'll show you what I mean. So if you look at this side of the blade, there's only one bevel shown, and that's what I've just done. But when we flip it over, so after only like what, 4 or 5 passes on each side maximum, I've completely established a new bevel on this side of the blade. However, on this side of the blade, I can see my new bevel, but the old one as well. So when it came to me, it had 21 degrees on this side and 13 on this side. 13 degree side is one that's showing 2. So we're gonna have to grind and grind and grind until that thing's completely extinguished, so that we have perfect symmetry between the 2 sides. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here you have your the side that came in at 21 degrees. 1 degree higher than what I'm doing, I've already extinguished it. However, we flip this bad boy over, and you can see 2 bevels on it. And the one at the top, that's the new one, the new 20 degree, and the one right below it, that's the 13 degree edge that came in. All right, time to try to tackle that 13 degree side. Got this extended water catcher, we might as well use it, huh? All right, we actually made a lot of progress on that pass there. Really just keeping a close eye on the tip and the heel. If those two look perfect, then everything in between is going to look good as well. Nice. I like it. Just a little bit of life left on that 13 degree. It's right in the center where I thought it would be. The tips tend to grind off more quickly. "20-degree sides. Perfect. I'm really happy with this. I don't know if many like other Tormek grinders actually watch this, because why would you? You do this all day. But one of the benefits of this whole YouTube experience is I have to edit. When I edit, I'm watching myself grind, and I noticed my positioning wasn't identical on each side. You know, I'd have one position over here, typically like right here, right? This kind of on my belly button, slightly behind it. And then over here, I was always like more cramped on my left side. In fact, I think I was out of habit doing it on my first several left side passes. I'm trying to be more mindful of mirroring the same position on both sides. Just little, trying to get 1% better every day, you know? I think it was the great Greg, maybe it wasn't Greg Sibley, the great Kevin Cronin, CEO of US Bank, CEO of Union Bank, who for 2 years of my life, our mantra was 1% better every day. And it's like, that's so achievable. 1%, yeah, I can do that. You know, and it just stuck with me in life. I love that saying. Union Bank was such a special place. I don't know if any other bank could ever replicate what Union Bank was. It wasn't perfect by any means. Our technology was a bit of a cow, but man, the fucking people. Like, I was very lucky to have got to spend as much time there as I did. I started my banking career at Chase Bank, which is like, for me, it was like a batting cage, you know? I just got drafted onto my little league team. I know how to hit a ball, but not very consistently or not very good. Chase Bank, just boom, boom, boom. And then it got to the point where I felt like I was being taken advantage of it. Because I work hard, you know, for my companies. And they just, they saw that and just kept unloading responsibility on me and actually lowering my incentive pay at the same time. And it was like, no, that's not how that works. And Chase, like, their systems are so, like, their software, it's the Ferrari of banking. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I've worked at 3 banks. I've banked at probably 10. I've not yet to see a banker side of software even close to what Chase Bank has. Absolutely incredible. But the sad part about that is, like, you don't really learn anything, you know? It's just like, oh, you need a loan? Like, answer these questions. You know, I didn't know anything about LTV. I didn't know anything about debt to income. I didn't know anything about debt service on a commercial business, so on, etc. So I went over to Union Bank, and man, it was terrifying because, like I said, I didn't know any of that shit. You needed to know, but I told them, I'm like, I will learn fast, and I did. My first year was like, I'm sure someone at some point had thought about, like, maybe we should let this guy go. But luckily they didn't, because year 1.5, I just took off. I found a niche product, and that was our home equity line of credit on rentals. Someone could have up to 10 of those things. Dude, I was doing 42 of those a year on my own. I was the originator. I wasn't technically the processor, but, like, I mean, let's be real. Our processors were like, hey, you forgot this document. I was doing it front to end. And yeah, what a fun time. What a glorious time it was just such a glorious time of my life. Not to say that my current employer isn't great. It's just different. You know what I mean? Well, this is kind of a bummer because, boy, I feel like I've taken off quite a bit of steel, but that 13-degree bevel is just really hanging on the heel. I don't think I'm gonna take off. There's no way I'm gonna grind that much off. We just have a tiny bit in the center here. tiny bit right here. Yeah, the heel got worked on pretty hard before I got to this knife. The story behind Union Bank is it was bought by U.S. Bank, and I think they announced the purchase in 2022, maybe 2021. It was like October 2021, but it took a long time. It took like a year and a half to get approved. Which I'll admit, that waiting period was kind of chill. Like, leadership had all these budgets, you know, for the year. But it's like, there's no point in saving those butts, you know, saving budget for the next year. There's no more investments to do. We're getting bought. So there was a lot of, like, my department went to Disneyland. Like, they flew us all out to Disneyland and we spent 3 days in Anaheim. We earned it though. We worked our asses off. The big letdown though is that the head of our department is a member of like Club 33 at Disneyland. So we were told in the beginning, like, we're all going to Club 33. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even gone. Like, I didn't really care for, I don't care for Disneyland. I care to hang out with my coworkers though. I have a lot of friends, you know, but I'm like, oh, that's a cool experience. Like, but anyways, I think the head of our department didn't realize that he couldn't get all 55 of us, plus our bosses, plus our operations support. So probably 75 of us. He couldn't get us all in there. I imagine though, his directs probably went in there. All right, we've got to be pretty much done here. Yeah, that old bevel, man, it's just being stubborn in the middle. The heel I don't really care about, but the middle sucks because it's not as aesthetic. But at this point, I feel like I'm just throwing away the health of the blade, the longevity of it. The 20-degree side is a little bit wider than this side, so you can grind a little more. Like, I can justify it. Oop, I got off my rail. right, one more. Ooh, I like it. That's way better. Still a small piece of evidence of that 13 degree in the center, but it's very, very small. Actually, it's from here to that whole space. I can see a sliver of it, but we're just gonna let that go. It's gonna survive. Gotta take these off to check the burr, but pretty much positive there's one there. I do prefer to always place my burr on this side of the blade. Trying to develop a habit out of it. I decided last night or the night before, my goal with this channel is going to be the pursuit of the world's sharpest knife. Do I have the tools to do that right now? Probably not. No, I don't. But can we grow this channel? Can we make enough money sharpening? Can we make enough money through YouTube to get to that point? Can we buy the tools? I don't know what kind of tools we need to achieve it yet, but we're going to start looking into it and start figuring it out. And I'm just going to reinvest every single dollar until we hit that goal. I'm gonna take a quick break, let the camera cool down, get some juice in me. I'll be right back. All right, so the grinding is complete. I'm happy with the grind on each side. Looks good. Little bummed out about the heel here. I'll show you what I mean. So if you notice on the heel, you can see that sizable chunk there. That's the old bevel. I just can't justify grinding off all that extra steel just to get rid of that. So it's gonna live there for the next couple years. I was thinking we should probably figure out something special to do for our first mail order sharpening session. So what I went ahead and did, I trued and graded the SJ250 to just guarantee, you know, the best tools to sharpen Dave's best knife. That's the best I can do, right? Since I did some work on it, I need to remeasure it, because on this one, I do require the calculator. 240.96. So 240.96. Way lower because I just did some work on that. new Battlefield's coming out. Oh boy. I get addicted to video games. So I'm not gonna mess around with that one. Everybody's talking about it. If I was gonna jump back on a video game though, it would probably be Digital Combat Simulator, DCS. Get back in my F-16 where I belong. Boy, that learning the F-16 was so much fun. I had a blast, and I met a bunch of cool people. I ran into some assholes who thought they were, you know, pilots, I guess. What's up, Ben? Okay. Yeah. Alright, love you. You want to come say hi to the people? Go get a new one.
I don't get sentimental.
Tanya's wearing a bra, so she can't come out here right now. Oh man, I love her. I'm lucky. I am lucky. No, I'm not lucky. I met her and I knew exactly what to do. Fucking lock that shit down. That was not luck, my friends. That was strategic, strategy, tactics, and precision. I got a good one. All right, where are we? What are we doing here? We're sharpening knives. If you stick around to the end, I have one more trick to elevate my services for this customer, and I want you guys to see it. So don't run away yet. Plus, if you've hung out this long, might as fucking well hang out till the end, right? All right, we're gonna do the Sharpie test. Oh, and I'm glad we did, because we are way too high. And I am coming out with Sharpie necklaces soon. So if you feel like you need a Sharpie on the necklace, subscribe. So all you gotta do is subscribe and comment Sharpie necklace and you'll get a free one. Yeah, that's a little higher, I guess, or a little lower. Imagine that just going pop off the neck, and then boom. Or maybe we need like a holster on the side. All right, give me 1 sec. I got some drama happening. I really don't need to be this anal about the edge angle. It's I think it's just a little bit of trauma from Jaeger's knives. Boy, that was a challenge. Okay, let's always kinds of bugs me sharpening with Sharpie all over my blades. Okay. Oh, I'm excited about my what I'm about to do to this to get this thing looking next level. Dave's gonna open it. He's gonna be like, wait, what? Just hang out, you'll see. All right, fantastic. I should probably pull you guys in closer so you can watch the stone get dirty. All right. Yeah, that's a good view for y'all. Should probably go into manual focus though. So on these close-ups, this camera has a mind of its own, and it's not a good mind. All right, there we go. Now it should stay in focus. On just the sharpening, no wandering. How much metal that stone's already picked up. I think this is the 4th pass. Boy, that cleaned up nicely. Nice mirror edge. All right, now we're gonna do like a low pressure, just the weight of the knife. My right hand is just guiding the pivot. On this knife, I think we're gonna bust out the leather strop as opposed to the kangaroo tail. I keep forgetting to do before and after photos for my website. Damn, he's gonna love this. This thing is mean looking. Let me tell you. Wow. All right, one more. Very, very light as a feather, light as a feather. Oh, I can already tell this thing's fucking sharp. Alright, it's time for the final step. We're gonna take this to the leather wheel and strop the edge with chromium oxide. This will actually be my first time using this. Alright guys, this is actually quite an exciting moment for me because this will be the first time I can use the leather wheel at an exact angle. So I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be cool. Are we gonna see a new level of sharpness today? That's the big question. Gotta get this guy off of here. Now, in order to run the wheel on its own, I gotta put some spacers in. I got these at the hardware store for a couple bucks. That's it. I already ran the calculator. I'm in a good position here. Chromium oxide. Put some more on here. think the last time we used it was on Jaeger's blades, and we used a lot of it. Can't remember what kind of steel we're up against here. This is 12C27. I'm unfamiliar with this stuff. Let's see if it's in my nose. Well, we can anticipate a foil. All right, well, let's get to work. Maybe I should do a Sharpie test here. I'm not seeing the chromium curl around the edge like I'm used to seeing. Oh, it is. It's just very, very subtle. Yeah, and it ripped that Sharpie right off of there. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Oh boy. This is good. This is good. I'm probably not seeing it curl, the chromium curl around to the top side like I'm used to. For all I know, I had my edge angle too high, and that's why that was happening so bad. Now with the precision, it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Oh, this is exciting, guys. This is exciting. This front bar, or multi, what the fuck they call this thing? The multi-base may be the best upgrade we've made so far in terms of achieving the goal of the sharpest knife on the planet. And it's not stressful. When I'm sitting there trying to hold an angle, it's so stressful by hand. This is so much easier. I hate to promote Tormek in any way. I hate their fucking pricing. But I think they realize these guys out there like us that are obsessive and will do whatever it takes. If that means paying $100 for a $20 piece of tool, we'll do it. I feel like I'm gonna save a lot of chromium with this thing too, which is nice. All right, let's do 2 more and call it good. man. It's perfect. It's perfect. Look at me, I'm already taking off the jig because I already know. I already know. I already know. Oh, geez. Yes. This thing is so sharp. Like, it makes almost no noise. Nice. Hell yeah. It's awesome. I have a 40-degree edge that's cut through cigarette paper. How awesome is that? Oh, and raw rolling papers. Sponsor me. Send me a couple free packs of papers and I'll use you guys exclusively. I love the YouTube videos the founder of Raw puts out, man. He inspires me. I feel like he and I are a lot alike in our minds, coming up with products and wanting to put them out on the market to see what happens, and he's come out with some pretty wild shit. And good for him to get to a position where he can actually do whatever his heart desires. All right. Let's hit this thing on this guy real quick too. Yeah, Raw, I'm using these Tops rolling papers and I think the bleach is probably bad for these blades. Oh yeah, that did the trick right there. That did it. My notes showed that the leather wheel and a cotton strop were the plays with this kind of steel. Assuming we end up with a foil edge, which can be stubborn to remove, or a foil burr. There we go. I mean, I was happy because it was cutting cigarette papers at 40 degrees, but it's like, it didn't feel quite as good as those last two I did for Dave. But after doing that, watch this. Jeez. Just right through it, no problem. Boom. Well, I got one more treat for this blade here. This has a walnut handle on it, and it's pale and ugly. So we're gonna enrichen it without permission. Who's gonna do it? Because I already know when he gets it back and it's got a nice dark rich color to that handle, you're gonna wonder what changed about it, and probably won't dawn on him at first. This is just mineral oil and beeswax. That's all it is. that absorb into the wood. I like it. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, it just makes it look so much richer. Okay, and then last things last. Let's get some rubbing alcohol. Face wipe. Get rid of any trace that we were here. Little corrosion on the cheek here. I could polish this whole thing up and make it look really, really nice, but that wasn't part of the agreement. Could reach out to him though and see if he wants to pay a couple extra bucks for that service. I could have been more proactive and brought it up earlier in the process. Okay, so let's do our final step. Just apply a light coat. Clove oil. And then we're gonna wrap this bad boy up with its brother and sister and ship it back to Bellingham. Well, there we go. That's a wrap. Dave, thank you for the business. I truly appreciate it. You're my first mail order customer. And cheers to many more. And guys, thanks for sticking around. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. What a cool knife. Very unique. Hey, don't forget to chop the like button for me and subscribe. We're on the journey to the world's sharpest knife. You should come along for the ride. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.